Welcome to our new series, The 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie. I'm going to go into my final movie. And I think I was on Tubi, and I was trying to find something. I was just trying to find something different, something I had not watched all year, like a style I hadn't watched all year. And Soto, I went your route a little bit. I went into your little forte, and I was looking up animes. And I was like, there was a time in my life I did watch some animes. I did see Akira, A Howl's Moving Castle, Princess Mononoke. I'm not going to say I'm an aficionado like you, but I was like, you know what? I've not seen an anime this year. Let me just look. And I'm like, I'm just going to look for a picture that grabs me. Because again, there's a couple, and one I actually thought was good. It turned out to be a TV series. I'm like, shit, can't do that. So yeah, I don't know why I decided this one. I'm like, all right, name's there. Kind of what I see. I'm gonna go with it. Maybe I think it was like an hour and a half as well, which was what I needed at that time. So I watched the 2011 film, The Legend of the Millennium Dragon. I don't know if you heard of this. I don't even know if you know this, or maybe it'll come back to you after I talk about it a little bit.
I've heard about it. I don't think I've seen it though.
I will say this, Soto, you don't need to see it. I mean, you can if you want. Don't give me. Well, let me explain. So it starts off, 1,200 years ago. It's basically samurais are fighting like these Oni ghosts. It's this big war. This monk comes in, basically cleans house one, like the typical, wise monk or, fighting monk, just one powerful magician move and all the Oni are gone. And he's at the end, he just kind of realizes like, I need to go forward and I need to bring help somewhere in a different time. And then they flash forward to present day. And we have this young kid, sixth, seventh, grade, whatever that might be, 12, 13. They never established this year. But basically, he's a gamer. He's an outcast. He doesn't have a lot of friends. That typical. A lot of this, Soto, we've heard it's been done. He's getting bullied. He runs into a chapel, and somehow he's whisked back into the year where the monk is, 1,200 years ago. He's like he's going to be the savior. He's the savior, the unwilling savior. He's like, I can't do this. I don't know why I'm here. I want to go home. All along, there's this other warrior who has to kind of look after him, befriends him, who wants to be the true savior. He doesn't understand why this guy who knows nothing about karate or anything is here. Soto, I swear to God, the story at first, I felt like I was watching Kung Fu Panda. I'm dead serious. Everything to me was like Kung Fu Panda. I'm like, oh, I've seen this. I've seen this. The animation was fine. Like I said, I mean, I don't have much to compare it to. Like I said, it was fine. But the story was just so generic. And as he's there, he realizes like the Oni are actually real people themselves. And this war, he understands both sides. But then he realizes the Oni side is kind of more right, So again, a lot of this story we've seen, the unwilling savior who comes back in time. Even like Turtles 3, he doesn't, and he has to be the one that changes
Turtles 3.
I did, but but that's the thing. Like everything about this seemed very unoriginal to me, and that was kind of disappointing. Like as you mentioned, and I think it was like Suzumi, there's like person who turns in a chair. This is so fucking absurd. And you've seen animes, and I'm sure there's obviously millions that it's an absurd story, but somehow you're locked in. You're like, okay, these are the rules. I'm sticking with it. I'm going. So I was bored with this movie, and I wanted to enjoy this. A couple of the action scenes at the end were fine, but nothing blew me away. This is a very forgettable title to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, I think if this story would have been a little bit better, maybe I could have got into it. But everything just seemed like a rehash of some story we've seen before, and I was disappointed. I'm like, this is not what I wanted. I should have asked Soda to suggest one for me, but I was just like, I'm gonna go with maybe it's just because it's on Tubi. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, and it's funny because as I put this on my letterbox and I'm reading the reviews, people are like, "Oh, the beginning was awesome, then it went downhill." The beginning, I'm like, have you guys not watched movies? like, yeah, it went downhill, but I'm like, the beginning has been done. We've seen it. Surf ninjas,
Yeah.
all these other bad movies, just people who should be the
Surf
ninjas.
ninjas.
Three, just,
Jesus Christ.
but that's
Surf
how
ninjas.
this kid could, but he didn't want to learn how to fight. But he could talk to like both sides, and he had the power to control this dragon, and that's why both sides are like, oh my god, he's the one that. But I lost interest, and I wanted to like this more, even when like the story second half kind of got going, and they were like, all right, the fight scenes were happening a little bit more. Yeah, I was checked out. So like I said, somewhere down the line, if you want to see it, Soda, you can. But overall, this was not good. This did not offer anything new to me. And it definitely probably won't offer anything to new. It doesn't mean you might not enjoy it. I don't know what other stuff like this director or any of these people did. I didn't really look into it. I literally just like I
Mhm.
saw the title, I saw the cover art, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick one. This is it. And yeah, I made a bad choice on this one. Um,
Yeah, cover art can be deceiving.
I know, and I like old, the samurai era. I love, that style, old Japanese stories. But like I said, this I don't know. This just did not hit the mark. This just felt like they came in one weekend, like, hey, let's just quickly get this done and flesh this out and go home and have a drink, and that's what they did.
That's
It's kind of sad.
there's a lot of movies on this list that are like that.
So again, I guess where do
Oh,
I put this? Might be the worst. It's got to be
most
the
lot.
worst movie I've seen this week. Not overall. This is definitely not worse than some of the other ones. Let me just look. But yeah, it's definitely down there. Is it? Would I rather see that? Yeah, no, that goes above that. Ooh, you know what, Soto? This anime is gonna be done dirty. It's gonna be my new 46. It's gonna go right under Black Dynamite, but it's still above Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies. I cannot put
I
this
mean,
below Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies. Um, as unoriginal
it's,
as it is, because I know I said the same thing about Lift, but that was Kevin Hart, and that made it worse for me. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, the one thing I can never, I hate to say can't stand is like when a movie's unoriginal. Like if they don't bring anything new, something different, even if it's just for a scene or two. I'm like, all right, I'm in. Like I said, if you watch the so many of these scenes, the story, you'll say, hey, I've seen this done different ways, different people. But I'm serious. I laughed because first half, all I could think about was Kung Fu Panda, and that that should not be a movie you want to compare yourself to. Um, at least that was
hey, nothing
funny,
wrong
but
with
that was funny.
Kung Fu Panda.
But this is more. But I'm saying
Right.
this is supposed to be serious. This wasn't a comedy. This is supposed to be serious. At least Kung Fu Panda, Jack Black, you're laughing. But that's what I'm saying. This is like okay, but I'm like it's the same fucking story. Just that has pandas. He just so yeah. I was vastly disappointed. So I know I'll try again another anime. Maybe I'll ask you for your opinion, something I haven't seen because I've seen all the
Yeah.
popular ones. Um, and yeah, I made you watch Sing, so maybe we'll go from there. But yeah, no, this Soto, like I
Did
said, I
watch
mean,
the,
if if you want to see it, go ahead. But I'll tell you right now, you're not missing anything. This is nothing that will blow you away. Um, it was just there. That's the best review I can give you. It was just there. So